Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on a Wednesday night. Well, sort of live and having a little bit of a bump. But, folks, we are back at it. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I see the chat already filling up. It is Wednesday. That's right, folks. You got Hump Day in the books. And now we're going to cap it off with a little bit of AEW Dynamite. We will walk you through your alternative commentary, your live stream, your watch party, call it what you will. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have a lot of wrestling to talk about, folks. Let's have a good one. Let's enjoy the night and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are. I really got to stop doing that. I do that at least once a show. But, folks, as I was trying to say before I unplugged myself, clearly I've been off for a couple days, but it's good to be back. I'm feeling all right, hanging in there. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful, wonderful week. Like I said, we have AEW on tap tonight, and we got a lot to talk about, folks. As always, I'm Mr. Every Night KJ White, and you know what, Alexander? I know the feeling. That's where Mr. Every Night hit a dead end this week. So I am currently battling. Shout out to your dad. We got this, but I know exactly how he feels, sir. It's not fun. At least my round with it isn't. But that being said, folks, revel in what you are. Good to see you, Victor. Hope you're doing well. Damien, what are you looking forward to? Oh, they added AR Fox and Samoa Joe. Of course, it was announced that he's officially signed. I don't know if this is something are we jumping for joy because AR Fox signed? I don't know, folks. But right now, I want everybody out there, if you're just tuning in, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. How is your day going? Let me know how you're doing. Hopefully, we get a lot of thumbs up in the chat. And if you're looking forward to Dynamite, big thumbs up. Damien. I'm curious about this one. We'll see what this brings. But I hadn't heard that was announced yet. So thank you for that update, Damien. There you go. Are you feeling better? I'm getting better. It's been a battle. I got John Moxley in the ring, by the way, folks. But thank you, Damien. Just on the mend, day by day, getting a little bit better. So. KJ, I have a meeting on Zoom with a company called Frank D. Letterman Regional Center, and it's for autistic people only. Well, have a wonderful Zoom meeting, and I hope it's a good time. And yeah, let them know to tune in. Good evening, everybody. How are you, Dale? How are you tonight? Like I said, I got Mox in the ring right now. And he's delivering a promo telling everybody nobody can do it like him. Now, were you guys happy last week? No MJF, and everyone's like, but he was on a movie set. It doesn't matter. I think there was you could have found a way to incorporate your new champion into the show, even if you put him on the screen, right? And you have him at least put it out there, like, at least have a presence. I mean, a lot of people were looking forward to seeing MJF after finally winning the belt. And unfortunately, there was no MJF. The Regal thing was weird. He was just told to walk off, as my boy Nick always reminds everybody. He used the line from The Lion King. But now we kind of got Bryan as a bit of a heel. I don't know what that means. Where's Cesaro on this? Where is Yuta on this? And Hangman is, ladies and gentlemen, Hangman Adam Page is in the building answering the call. KJ, this was in the morning, like at 10 a.m. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it went well. I know this Bryan Danielson versus Dax Harwood match is going to be good. This is going to be a barn burner, folks. I'm looking forward to this match. Absolutely, Damien. I could not agree more. I think it's going to be a really good one, man. All right. Both men face to face. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Moxley's. Wow. Moxley reminds Paige they've met before, and he asked him if he's sure he wants to be doing this. How do you guys feel about this? Give me a thumbs up if Adam Page, Moxley. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting. Oh, back elbow. Page on the offensive. No Chris Jericho for this week. He's in Australia. Well, thank fuck. Excuse my language, but sometimes prayers get answered. And finally, not having a Jericho main event might not be a bad goddamn thing for the show. But we got security. We got referees. We got Moxley. We got Page. DeMarcus with a big thumbs up. Did you know that Finn Balor also autistic? I did not know that about Finn Balor. Thank you, Joe. Wow, they're still fighting. They're still fighting. They're still fighting. Damian likes it. All right, now they're hair pulling, or at least Moxley is. All right. All right. So finally, they're pushing Adam Page up the ramp. So Dynamite off with a bang, folks. And we got Moxley. We got Page. And both men are not happy. Oh, wait. Here comes Mox. Jesus. Moxley fell off the stage. Yo, we just botched. Oh, he's back. He's back. Yo, anyone else see this, though? I think Moxley might have hurt himself, to be honest. Moxley fell off the ramp. Oh, man, this is one of the moments where I need CJ. CJ would be cutting the shit right now. By the way, big shout out to Big Nick and CJ and Ashley Rose as well. And now, for the first time, we are going to hear from MJF tonight. Dale, are you shocked? I'm a little shocked. A little bit, aren't you? And up next, they're wasting no time, folks. We're going right into Bryan Danielson and Dax Harwood. So, top guys in. Here they come. Folks, get your predictions in. Do not waste any time. If you are new here, we take predictions for every single match. And right now, we got Dax Harwood coming out with Wheeler. And he will be taking on the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Let's see. This is a hard one to call. It should be straight out. It's going to be Daniel Bryan. He's Daniel Bryan, right? Bryan Danielson. To me, that's the call. That's the shout. This is kind of what Dax does. He gives us really, really good singles matches that he loses. But it's an interesting call out. I still find it weird that, like, why can't we just get FTR? Am I just beating the same drum over and over and over and over by saying, like, can we just get more FTR tag team matches? Like, this is going to be a great match. Don't get me wrong, folks. It's going to be a great match. But really, do we need, like, I'd rather see FTR in a really good tag match and Bryan in a match that mattered. Not a spot booking, but a match that had an angle to it. And I agree with Michael. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Bryan turns heel and wins. I think he's going to win for sure, and I do believe they're going to push him further heel. And I prefer Bryan as a schmarmy heel. What he was doing right before he joined the Blackpool Combat Club was perfect. Like, he was on the ball. He was literally picking at the crowd with, like, the who, me, you know. He had the right attitude. He's a pro. And he was just kicking people's faces in. But I feel like it kind of got lost in the mix with everything else going on with Blackpool, and he kind of lost some of that edge. He was doing less talking. But yes, folks, ding ding, we are on. Dax, Bryan, who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got? Don't keep me waiting. Get a prediction in if you're lazy. I'm like they're almost the same. You give me a D for Dax or a B for Bryan. Don't fuck that up. That's hard to keep track of. I agree with Dale. There you go. No, I agree, Dale. I get it. If you get a one-off match where you're like, this is gonna be a really good match, and for whatever reason it happened. But there's Dax, and he delivers this heartfelt, passionate backstage pre-tape interview, whatever you want to fucking call it. But he's back there, and everything they do is golden. It's pro. And you're like, yeah, I'm with them. And he's like, I'm gonna call my shot, and blah blah blah. Bryan Danielson. What? Why didn't he challenge the Acclaimed? Why didn't he challenge another tag team of note or of significance? Like, why not? Like, there had to be someone out there that they could have challenged to highlight your tag team division, which it feels like AEW's given up on their tag team division. Am I wrong? Like, the Acclaimed are over, but there's not a whole lot of highlighting of that division anymore. Do you remember when you would almost always open a Dynamite with a tag team match? You'd get a lot of tag team matches in the run of a week, 2, 3, 4 solid tag matches. Oh, big up kick. Bryan just Dax kicks him in the face to say thank you and good night. Bryan rolling out. We got Danielson for the win. We got Bryan for the win. Danielson for the win. KJ, are you shocked? What am I shocked? I'm never shocked. Sometimes I'm shocked. Do you think FTR will return to WWE in 2023? Yes. No. Yes, absolutely. I do think that's a high possibility, DeMarcus. I really, truly do believe that you have an opportunity here to their contract runs out and they bail. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you have a chance here with Triple H in charge to let you have some really amazing matches on the biggest stage possible. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you consider it? And considering how I just complained about their booking, and you're forced to deal with nepotism and immaturity and insecurity from within. That why would you not move on and work for a company where if Triple H is making a booking, it's not because he doesn't want you to go over him. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants the company to do well. When you have EVPs and part of the decision-making process in the company and in the division has a stake in it and they're not secure enough to put other teams over, it's never going to work. So why not move on? Why not take that opportunity? Why not go somewhere? Boom, boom, boom. That's my take on it. Why not set up FTR versus Usos Mania 39? I'm in for it. FTR Usos would be outstanding. And there's a good handful of teams that, I mean, what I love the most, like last year when FTR was my pick for the team of the of 2021, was because they made everybody better. Even when they fought the Bucks, that match, they were better in that match because FTR are able to deliver a better match, tell a better story, build it. You can have your high spots, you can have your big moments, but you're going to do them when they make sense. And we're going to sell some shit. And the refs got to matter a little bit. And that's what FTR does. They elevate other teams. Wow. All right, folks, I got a suplex out onto the floor or into the crowd. Bryan and Dax both outside the ring. They give us a quick reminder, Samoa Joe and AR Fox tonight. Damien, I agree with you, KJ. They've given up on the tag team division. It feels like it. It really does feel like it. And again, it just comes down to booking. And if you remember in the beginning, they booked the tag team division heavy because they were going to prove that they had the best tag team division in the world. And it dissipated. Let me know if I'm wrong, folks. Got that one. Boom, boom, boom. Why not set up FTR versus Usos? Got that one. Dro, I did. There you go. The Butcher and the Blade are under you. Zachary, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. They could be a great heel powerhouse. I completely agree with you, Zachary. The Butcher himself is a beast of a man. The Blade's athletic. He's a great counterbalance to Butcher. They have experience. They're solid wrestlers, good characters. Yeah, outstanding. Could be a top heel tag team in most divisions, right? Like that's a team. If you saw them on the other brand, they'd look good. They look great, and especially now, don't paint it with the same old WWE brush of they'll bring them over and ruin them. That's not necessarily the case. It's not accurate anymore. So for me, yes, I think they're completely underutilized and inconsistently used. The Butcher and the Blade deserves to be in the House of Black. See, that's a nice shout. I kind of like that. Imagine Brody King and Butcher as a tag team. As like the guard dogs of the House of Black. Like, are you kidding me? Let's go. Get through that wall. Cheers, folks. From Canada. Imagine Julia Hart and the Bunny together. Yeah, that would work. I can go for it. Wow. Dax, 1 suplex, 2. Going for the third amigo. There you go. We got a trifecta. All right, folks. What do you think of this match so far? The crowd, in attendance seems all right. A lot of sitting down, not a lot of jumping up and down right at this moment. Dax going to the top. What's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling? You know what? I'll tell you what, Juice. Nick and I and CJ and Ashley, we're working on a bunch of original content and things that we can bring your guys' way outside of the streams. I will talk to the team about we will do like a Mount Rushmore. It's just such a deep topic. So, I got my faves, but at the end of the day, maybe we'll do an actual spot for that. Oh, 2 count off the pile driver, folks. Dax in control. All right. If you haven't made a prediction yet, don't get it in too late. Noted. There you go, Mr. Brand. Dax up to the top. Oh. Fuck yeah, excited for that. There you go. That's not a bad shout. All right, Dax slides out to the guardrail. Bryan off the apron with the knee. And both men down on the floor. What would you guys like to see for Daniel Bryan? Now, there's a question for you. I mean, I know what I'd like to see. And I thought at times there were opportunities where they could push him right into that title picture. But I mean, I think a Bryan MJF rivalry with Bryan trying to chase down MJF would be outstanding. And I don't mean make it a quick program, and I don't even think it's a guarantee that Bryan goes over. But I think Bryan and MJF would be outstanding. Yes, friendly reminder, if you go down below, it's in the description of the episode as well. But yes, folks, our Discord is live. It's active. Go join and go say hi. So it's hard to say everything I was going to say, but Bryan, locks Dax up on the turnbuckle. Who do you think takes Samoa Joe's Ring of Honor Television Championship? KJ. I think Joe loses it on December 10th. I think good shout. Give me a second on that one. Boom! Drove. That is true, and very much true. And I mean, I have many people in my life on different levels of the spectrum, and yes, I mean it's. Thank you for bringing it to the chat. Thank you for bringing it up, and yeah, like I said, I hope you had a really good meeting today. I hope in 2023 Bryan Danielson is AEW World Champion. That's what I wish for. There you go. There you go. There you go. Ooh, Adam Cole, baby. So what do you think? You think his injury is being inflated? Are we going to get a surprise? Is he going to be back sooner than later? Is it Adam Cole, MJF? That's not bad. Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, we kind of already had. Yeah, okay. All right, all right, all right. Dax goes for the clothesline. Bryan no-sells it, shakes it off. Bryan having none of it. Oh, missed. Return fire by Bryan. Lita, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong. The female Rushmore is harder. I just need one more. Yeah, I don't know if I specifically agree with that either, JV. That's a tough one. Lita, no. I mean, I gotta have Trish on there. Absolutely. As the top of that mountain. Ever, for the record. Lita. Yeah, okay. All right, folks. We'll see. I think us here at the fam can talk about our Rushmores. So tune in, stay tuned for something. Punk or Cole dethrones Jericho. Okay. That you called that too, eh? Okay. Why Punk? I don't think it's going to be Punk. I really, really, really don't think it's going to be Punk. I would love to see Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor Television Championship when Adam Cole returns. Well, what do you guys take about Adam Cole's potential, career-threatening injuries or substantial injuries where they're not sure? I mean, Hurricane Rana into a roll-up. Sorry, folks. Big kick. Dax is down. Crowd is quiet as shit. Oh, some tennis claps. It's like a New Japan match going on right now. What else do we got? Yeah, I mean, what are we going to do with Adam Cole? I mean, what's happening with Riley? We know Fish is gone out boxing. So where do we go with Adam Cole? Goes after Joe. That's not a bad show. We get some yes kicks or Miz kicks, depending on what show you watch. Oh, Dax ducks. Oh, Danielson lands off the suplex. Oh no. Oh, slingshot power bomb. 2 count. Wow, completely locks in a sharpshooter from wow. What a beautiful transition. Wow, did you guys see that? That's a wonderful question, Dro. Where is MJF? That's a wonderful, wonderful question. Think about this, KJ. Tony Khan is dumb. I'll leave it at that. If he lets Punk go, why not put the title on Punk and shipping over to ROH? Listen, you got to remember, you got to get a star of Punk's caliber to agree to go. I'll go over to our Ring of Honor. I mean, the way things have seemingly played. Series of roll-ups. Oh, we got him locked. Oh. He's going for that label lock. A handful of fans stood up. All right. He taps. Wow, that was flat. All right. Bryan Danielson. Bryan Daniel. So yeah, folks, that's your answer. We got a winner. Just tapped them out. One half your tag team champions. Tapped out clean. I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky. Match was okay though. Anybody feel like that match completely lived up to the hype? Good match. Was it amazing? Bryan giving applause to Dax for his effort. Yeah, it's weird. We've seen Dax in what, 5 singles matches, and he has really good matches and loses. I don't get it. Would you rather not have this guy winning matches and kicking ass? Oh, Dax. Oh, no. Ha, ha, ha. Dax walks off the handshake and then laughs and goes back for it. I'm surprised they just showed a fan with a Punk hat. That's interesting. Zoomed in on him, too. All right, Ricky Starks. I'm really surprised the crowd is quiet. Was it a phenomenal match? I thought it was a good match. I don't know. Phenomenal might be, a little bit of a stretch. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, folks, we were talking about this. Putting Punk over there. No, listen. Everyone in AEW, like the hardcore of the most hardcore AEW fans who are celebrating, like, yeah, Punk's gone. Fuck him. He sucks. He's a toxic. Listen, FTR, Dax, I believe it was, went on the record. His door was always open. Great guy, loves wrestling, was always willing to talk. Other wrestlers have come out. Look it up. It's out there. Great guy, easy to work with, wanted to help, wanted to coach, passion for wrestling. But when you control the narrative, EC3, when you control that narrative and you have your dirt sheet writers and your buddies writing fabricated fucking stories and trying to change everyone's perception, it's unfortunate. Now, here's the thing. I saw it today where the comment was, well, people were going to talk. They were in Chicago. You knew the whole Punk situation would come up. It would be, it would be brought up at some point because they're in Chicago. It's Punk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. But keep in mind, the 3 men in that ring last week where people were upset are supposed to be EVPs of a fucking company. And they don't even seem like the EVPs of a fucking cardboard McDonald's in a backyard. It doesn't, there's a certain level where people don't want to accept the fact that they are required with those titles to conduct themselves in a professional, mature manner. When you are making a mockery of something that, whether it was your fault or not, it's a bad look. As a member of the company and as Tony allowing it to happen, it's a bad look unless this ends up being a work, which a lot of people now surmise that it doesn't seem like it's a work at all. That being said, I've said from day one, the smartest thing Tony Khan could ever do was turn this into money because there's real money here with this whole situation if you play it right. But that being said, they haven't played much right. Seems it's more about nepotism and friendships, and doesn't matter who should go over, who should do this, who should, all that matters is, I like that guy. I like this guy. He's my buddy. We smoke pot together. We do this together. We high five. He lets me hug him. And then anyone else that doesn't do that shit is on the peripheral or gets pushed out. And unfortunately, now you're at that point where you can't put Punk in Ring of Honor. You got to use him in the right spots. You got to highlight Punk. And he should have always been highlighted. And people can't be jealous about that. If it makes your company better, then you got to do that. You surround yourself with good people. Look what we've done on this channel. You build a family of good people, and you want everybody to go over. And that's how it's supposed to be. You work together to make something happen. And if you got guys at the top pushing people down and acting a fool, you're never going to get over. You're never going to get where you want to go. You'll keep that core, hardcore fan base that you'll always have no matter what you do, and you just shit roses and you piss sprinkles and life is great. But at the end of the day, to make jokes about it, it's just funny. No, listen, I'm all for the funny. I'm all for the banter. But losing CM Punk wasn't good for your company. Losing CM Punk wasn't good for AEW. In a perfect world, Punk was a part of this show right now, because if Punk was on this show tonight, the ratings would be 1 point something. That's a fact. He would have had it over that 1 million mark. Now we'll see what the ratings turn out for this week. Seems like a quieter night. We'll see what happens. But that's where celebrating the loss of one of your biggest stars, it's not a good thing. And you've seen what the shows were like. When there was no Punk, when there was no MJF, the shows were putrid. Oh, Moxley and Paige back at it on more fun news. What's up, John? What's up? How you doing? I'll pass on the hello to Nikki. All right, so now they're in the back being separated. So this went from 0 to 60. Two guys that haven't really interacted much as of late are really pissed off at each other. What's up, Hassan? How you doing? It's true. They were on a run there. They had that stretch, JV, where coming out of everybody was tuning in after the brawl. Like, oh shit, the brawl happened. And then the next few weeks, people still tuned in to see what the news was. And then it dissipated. That because when you were getting new viewers, when you were creating enough of an audience to pass 1 million, I mean, that's your opportunity to suck new fans in. But if you just go back to the 700, well, you didn't do anything that night to suck any of the fans in. You ran them off. So that's not my opinion. That's just facts. That's just numbers. I can't change the math. It is what it is. You can argue all you want. Oh, it's better, and they're doing this, and they're doing... The numbers are the numbers. Okay, so now we're sitting in a garage, and Coke and Diet Coke are yelling at Renee Paquette. Jake Hager and Danny Garcia are talking to each other, I think, about Renee Paquette. Cesaro's in a suit and looks completely out of place. It literally looks like Cesaro just showed up as the court-appointed attorney for a group of fucking hoodlums. I'm your attorney. Oh, we got another bucket hat. Oh, throws it to Cesaro. Anybody having fun with this? It's MJF even there tonight in Indiana? It's supposed to be. Let's find out. Let's find out. What is Yuta seeing? Where did Cesaro go? So Danny and Hager versus Claudio and Yuta next week. Coke and Diet Coke staring off. So Hager and Garcia, what? Versus Claudio and Yuta. If they win, Yuta gets a title shot. If Punk wants to give AEW an FU, why not show up on Raw in Chicago front row? I think listen, Punk's been quiet. Punk is reportedly hurt. He knows he's got time, even if he threw a shit fit or caused a scene. He couldn't do much else about it. By the way, AR Fox come down to the ring. But, yeah, I think Punk's patient here. I think he waits it out. You haven't heard anything from Punk. What reports have we heard specifically from Punk? I've heard, people around Punk say he's upset. Well, you could just be guessing at that. You just saw a bunch of shenanigans mocking you. Safe assumption. Maybe he didn't give a fuck. Maybe he just thought it was dumb. All right, Samoa Joe, AR Fox. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got? Remember, it's 2-belt Joe nowadays. Who do you think will interrupt Jade Cargill tonight in her championship celebration? Won't be Athena. Fuck. Who? I mean, we're running out of Willow Nightingale. I don't know. She beat Willow. All right, I'll throw that one out to the chat. Folks, let me know out there. What do you think? Who do you got? Who takes on Jade? Not much. Good. How are you? Paige versus Mox. Good stuff. I like it. I like this whole little battle. Right now, we're getting a TNT championship match. So random. AR Fox just signed, and yet here it is. AR Fox, Samoa Joe TNT title. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Joe. What's up, Thomas? Hope you're doing well, sir. Thank you for being here again tonight. And everyone else out there, I hope you guys are doing wonderful as well. He Punk will be back and better in April. We'll see. Now, rumor is he's left. He's no longer connected. So I don't know what that means. Michael's got Joe. Again, it's crazy. And I mean, you'd have to be a complete fucking moron to think, fuck it, we'll let him go. It won't mean anything. If you're that arrogant that you don't think Punk showing up on Monday Night Raw would fucking cause explosions, then you're naive. You're really, really naive. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on social media where people, oh, yeah, let them have them. It's their problem. Are you fucking kidding me? Even if they have to fire them, they know it's all money. It's all eyeballs. All right, Punk, you're fired again. They've been down that road. Shit. Still money for the 6 weeks it made it work. But if the reports are true from guys like FTR, Lee Moriarty, and a whole bunch of others that literally have praised Punk and given him credit. So who do you believe? Athena for Jay. But yeah, no, I don't. Athena, they already fought, and Athena has taken a heel turn. It doesn't matter who fights Jade, just for the record. Jade is going to go 100-0. 2 count for Joe. Willow Nightingale has a match. Yes, she does. With Edda JS. Joe for the win. How about Joe returning? How about the returning? What did I add Joe for? Ruby Soho. I thought about it. Yeah, I mean, it could be. We haven't seen her in a minute. Who else is there really? Like, honestly, you don't have a whole lot of other names kicking around. All right, AR Fox with some body shots, but he eats a back elbow. And Fox is down, and Joe's a beast. Yeah, I don't get why I'm getting this match right now. And I don't understand how AR Fox got a title shot week 1. But who am I to judge? I read somewhere Flair is trying to get out of his WWE contract, and maybe Flair. Oh, Charlotte is. I haven't read that, JV. On the contrary, I heard Miss Flair should be back very soon. So hold on tight. Especially, you think about it. Her father just announced he will be at Royal Rumble 2023. I hope he's not fucking in it, because as Nick would point out, wee woo, we got problems. So, yeah, I mean, all for the idea that I haven't heard or read anything that Charlotte Flair wants out. I know there was a time when she was beefing with Becky, and it felt like she was going under a lot. Speculation there was trouble backstage. She wanted out, and maybe that was true under Vince and Bruce and whoever else. She wanted to run for the hills, but shit changes, man. Samoa Joe still in control, by the way. And if you haven't given us a prediction yet, Joe or AR Fox, who is taking the W tonight? Joe just wearing out Fox. Whew. Statlander, good shout. See, Statlander could beat her. Statlander could fuck up my infinite winning streak theory. What about Statlander versus Hater? How about a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that little ditty? Statlander, Hater. How do you feel? How do you feel about that? Flair the GOAT of the women's division. I'm with you, Juice. You got me. I'm not going to argue. She is the top of the mountain. People hate her and hate her and hate her. And people can say, oh, it's because of her name. But listen, that lady's athletic. That lady is creative. That lady comes out looking like $1,005,000. And ultimately, she, time and time again, outperforms most female wrestlers. And just ignore the gender. She's an outstanding athlete and an outstanding wrestler, period. Like, it's undeniable. And when she comes back, I believe she'll go straight to the top of that mountain. Oh, Saraya coming. Oh, on Rampage, we get an interview. Another interview with Renee Paquette. I don't ever see Charlotte Flair leaving WWE. Never say never, Damian. Never say never. Cody Rhodes went back to the WWE. Wow. AR Fox with the DDT. Why is this happening? Super kick. Another shitty looking kick. Oh, kind of a basement cutter. Up to the top. People losing their mind because he can hop. But, 150. All right, that was kind of good. But now assume she stays in WWE. Where do you stick Flair? Right at the top. Yeah, Flair Ronda. Does Flair ruin Rhea's push? Nope. I called Flair versus Mandy. I think right now you have a lot of options in the WWE. The walk away. Yes! One of the best moves in all of wrestling. Wow. Joe went with a body bump, and I assumed AR was supposed to leave, but Muscle Buster drills him, and it's over. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Facts. Samoa Joe. I want him to get his WWE music back. That's why I want Joe to go back to WWE, just to hear his music. Oh, Joey wants a microphone. Statlander versus Hater, yes. All right, couple agree with me. Belair, yeah, it's a possibility. Even Rhea Ripley Flair eventually would work. Yeah. I am the one true king of television. I like it. There's Wardlow. Looking like Val Kilmer. All right. So lukewarm cheers for Wardlow. So that didn't go so well. Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to get Wardlow versus Joe, which is definitely better than having Ward Joe. Probably Flair and Ronda rematch. Yep, we get there. I'm just worried. Like, I'm wondering if Charlotte comes back and they try her as a babyface. In the past, when she has been a babyface, she gets on my nerves a little bit. It's not as convincing as her heel persona, for obvious reasons. I'm getting another. Well, folks, I'm getting another Bibbins package. Oh no, it's not. What the hell? Hobbs. I thought we were getting another one of those like walking around Bibbins packages, but it was in another Hobbs. I like that they're building Hobbs up. About goddamn time. Don't fuck him up. Okay, what are we doing right now? We're getting a replay. Why is this happening in my life? So right now we're getting a video breakdown of Hook and how he got a submission at Full Gear. But why did that just happen? All right, guys. I don't get it. Okay, we're going to hear from MJF. Does that mean he's not necessarily there? Is that what's happening here? Probably. What else we got? Hurricane Jason. I think Tony Khan has ADHD. Rich parents let him be his worst enemy. They need to teach him how to make money, not just spend. Yeah, I think that could be part of this issue here. Is that when you have that much money, he's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna do this. Like, this isn't necessarily to be a global giant or to really compete with WWE. I'm just gonna do what I think's fun, and that's what it seems like. It really, really does. And I know recently out there reports and interviews about his fantasy booking. And I think he thinks it makes him sound smart or experienced or qualified. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again about Tony. Tony had and has, well, not now, but had just as much wrestling on his resume as every one of us. He knew nothing about anything other than being a fan. That's it. That's all he had. So I give him kudos. I was a big fan of his decision to buy a wrestling company or to build a wrestling company, to front the money to build it. I'm all for what he did. I don't want to take away from the man's accomplishments. But now let's call a spade a spade. And again, all this talk about, I used to fantasy book back in 1995, and sounds like a mark, sounds like a kid. He doesn't know any better. He just sounds unprofessional. His company seems unprofessional, and it just more and more examples of no control. You got tweets going out every day. You got the ass boys are arguing with people now. Jungle Boy, I think it was. Yeah. So, I mean, I mean, I don't want to make light of anyone's condition because I know I suffer a little bit of that. But at the end of the day, what? Hey, what up, Nick? What's going on, buddy? But yeah, I mean, listen, I want to just cheer for AEW. I want it all. I want it to make sense. I'm greedy. I want to show up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all the wrestling kick ass. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. But man, you got to make better decisions. And if all your booking decisions are based on 4 or 5 people and what they like and what they dislike and who they don't like, your company's never going to go anywhere. But I think what we miss is he might not care. I think he might have Vince McMahon syndrome. You know, when Vince McMahon was just the last decade where he's just rolling in money and it's just printing left, right, and center, and he's just putting the same shit out every week. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And that's what it was. He just fucking printed money until he had to go home for giving away money. But that being said, man, that's what this feels like. Oh, Regal didn't listen. He's back. JV, my son. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, listen, Ronda and anybody is not going well right now, just for the record. Ronda, I don't know why Ronda can't go and spend some time in the PC. Is she above it? Can she just invite Natty or Shayna Baszler or somebody to hang out for a day or two? She fucking sucks. Sorry, Ronda, but you suck. My bad. What's up? William Regal introducing MJF. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. There he is. There he is. There he is. I was like, there's no way he's not there 2 weeks in a row. Again, not a great. I don't know if the mics just aren't picking it up. Folks, let me know at home. Like, is it me or is the crowd dead? The crowd just seems dead, even for MJF coming out. A big hug between Regal and MJF. All right. Still pissed at you. Threw me in the pen. Oh, man, get over it. Give me like 10 minutes and we can talk about it, JV. LOL. Put you both in penalty box. I don't know, dude. Oh, not that one. Taz must have won a World Cup bet. Maybe. So now we're getting how uncouth. So the crowd telling MJF. Oh, so he's got another email.
What?
The scarf brings the scarf.
I was going to say, speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Right.
Of course I had to be here for when
the
Maxwell showed up.
The first time MJF's been on AEW since winning the title.
As world champion. And he's acknowledging that him and Regal are together.
Yes.
It was still a little awkward of, don't use the diamond ring, use the brass knucks. Why?
Yeah, that was a little clunky. We talked about it just being a little hypercritical the way we can be about it, But, I mean, you would come out and you wouldn't, if he was going to cheat, you would just, like, cheer him on. Like, do it. Go get him.
All right. Well, I think we all were just, do it. Go do it. Yes.
Right? But, yeah, I mean, you might give him the old, like, don't wait. And you're like, what? And he's like, never mind, I tried.
I do like now how uncouth, like.
I do. How uncouth.
Right.
This crowd is fucking dead.
It's AEW. There's no bucks. There's no being the elite.
Yeah, I used to like forever. We talked about like, man, if a WWE crowd could just come alive like an AEW crowd, yes. Right. But like the crowds are dead. MJF didn't even get a big pop in either direction.
Ooh. Speaking of things I'm above.
Hi, Big Nick. Hi, Big Nick.
Right, what?
Well,
I think people know by now at this point. The man with the scarf.
He's the scarf.
Right.
Welcome back, KJ. Thank you, Victor. Thank you. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's good to be back, man. It's hard not to be on, man. I'm addicted. No problem.
Yeah, just a little tickle in the back of their paws.
Right. Just getting the shakes on the couch last night. Like no, man, the channel's awesome. I love this family. And for those who don't know, I caught sick. I caught that horrible.
You got the May 19th.
I like that actually.
May 19th.
So yeah, I mean 3 years of ducking and dodging like I was Ali and splat. So I've been down.
Right. Sounds like AEW. 3 years of ducking and dodging, and then boom, splat.
Well played.
Right.
It all comes full circle, folks.
Hey, see? Full circle. What comes around is all around, Ricky.
Right. So with that all being said, no, I saw a lot of comments that, wishing me well and such. So thank you, Victor. Thank you, everybody else.
It's been a long day,
been like a day.
Without you, my friend. And we're getting a new AEW World Champion, and it's got the MJF scarf leather.
Buddy, tell me you don't want that.
Look at you
like,
I'm
like, Merry Christmas.
I know what I'm going to ask Santa Paws for Christmas.
Dear wifey,
right,
I told you lately
in
how
the other room. Oh,
that's
like
Where's our the belt guy? That's not bad, bro. It's different, but man, it looks like a championship belt.
It's so subtle though, and it's one of those of you don't notice until you look up close.
But the crowd is fucking dead.
You got more of a fucking response for the Universal title, Christ, for the 24/7 title, just from Dana Brooke, than you did from this goddamn thing. This masterpiece getting released out to the world.
Brooklyn Joker. Welcome to the stream, Brooklyn Joker. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you.
Right.
It's a good speech, and I'll ask you a couple things about earlier, but I like the belt. Thumbs up or thumbs down on the new belt. I could just hear CJ now. I mean, it's trash.
It
does
look a little. The scarf with the leather and everything, it does a little look like some like wood panel or some like vinyl, like it's out of like the 70s, like Volkswagen-y type shit.
Kinda. The National Lampoon's title.
Right.
Yes.
It's a little like that of the old Shaggin' Wagons pause.
Crowd is dead. The crowd is dead. Yeah, it's like they walked into a church service.
Well, you know, you got the devil there in the ring. It's a conversation with the congregation.
Whose name was the crowd chanting that he said he'll never be world champion?
I have no idea.
Oh, name to start.
I was going to say probably some local guy.
Brooklyn doesn't like it. Victor doesn't like it. John likes it. I kind of like it. I'm not bailing. I like it. I think it looks huge.
There's no fucking difference outside of the strap, honestly, from the AEW title. Right.
It just looks nice and shiny and new. I like it. I'm easy. It's shiny.
Hey, to quote the man, this belt is the most the most prominent belt in professional wrestling.
All right, let's get. I'm trying to get.
No, you're good. Hi, Vic. Hi, John, Thomas, Brooklyn Joker, Damien, Smile Mark, everybody. What?
Listen, I don't know.
He's going to hold the belt. He's saying how he's going to hold the belt until the bidding war starts. At this point, you might be. Is it a bidding war if you're bidding against yourself?
Maybe. But I mean, I like the angle. Like, let's say it's a work the whole time, which I propose it better fucking be. Like, if Tony had half a fucking clue, he has this guy signed silently for 10 years. But if you played that angle where you were like 1 foot out the door and like having fake dinners with WWE, I think that'd be amazing.
You want to know what it reminds me of? And I feel very much of who this feud should have been with and who I feel like it was set to be with through Bivens and all of this is that this was meant for MJF versus Punk. This was MJF and the Firm versus Punk. Yeah.
And I just feel like that's not a bad shout at all. I just don't know if they went about the pivot properly.
Oh, like, well, it's AEW, so of course they didn't.
What's that?
I said it's AEW, so of course they didn't. They fucking pivot like a fucking woman with a fake hip trying to dance. Fucking terrible.
How come we're getting? Yeah, no. And I was just going to quickly say, without talking over MJF too much, but I said it earlier, Brooklyn Joker. I didn't get the booking just because I'd rather see, like, I mean, we see Dax tap out tonight. One half of the best tag team in the world just got tapped out. And I get it. They're going to say, well, one guy's a singles and one guy, but he's still an awesome fucking wrestler. And we watched him go under 5 times straight in singles matches.
Right.
Why can't we have a good tag team match where he looks like a badass and wins? I don't even give a fuck if against local enhancement talent.
That seems to be the trend now. Of you have guys like Seth Rollins, you have guys like Bryan Danielson, that go under repeatedly. AJ Styles that go under repeatedly. And you at some point you feel like you're just hoping for them just to get a win. It doesn't matter when, where, how. It's just get a win, please.
Right. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. And I mean, what did you think? Did you see Mox fall off the stage?
No, I have not caught much of the show before right
Okay,
now.
so we got Paige and Mox in a huge brawl, which bled into 2 segments because they ended up in the back and they were still brawling. But
Why
at
is
one
Mox
point,
not on vacation?
well, Mox came out and gave a really good promo. I'll give Mox high marks on. I'll give him high marks on his promo. But Paige comes out and basically stood there. Mox ran his mouth. Paige hit him. They started fighting, but they got pushed up the ramp by security. And Mox was running up and slipped right off the stage and ate shit. I thought he actually hurt himself, but then he jumped back up and tackled him again.
Jesus. I'll touch on that once MJF stops talking, which I kind of don't want to happen because he's already talking about, my pal Trips, and calling out how the fans are fickle and, give it time and you'll start saying MJF's boring. I'm so sick of him, all that.
Triple B will be defended regularly.
Weekly. Buy a pay-per-view and see somebody try and defeat me. Spoiler alert, they won't.
I love this. He's selling the company. He's selling the show.
He's the best thing that they have. He is their fucking closet nuke.
Yeah.
Now, I feel a little different because now through the 3 years that AEW's existed, I was always a MJF fan and all of that and expected the world out of him. I did not expect him to be this head and shoulders above guys like Kenny Omega, like Chris Jericho at this point, like Claudio, etc.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. It was funny because you could tell just the natural confidence of the guy. But when he hit that, I mean, people can say what they want. I actually enjoyed the little dance off with him and Jericho. I thought it was ridiculously funny, but it was stupid. And I thought that was him. Like that was where he was going to plateau, is kind of that mid goofy kind of guy. And he kind of corrected and kept going and got better and got better. He's so dialed in from the minute he wakes up to the minute he goes to bed. He's on.
We're getting MJF shouting out Regal, but it's honestly, I know we've talked about earlier about we need to start thinking about, the end of the year Golden Cage. What the fuck?
He's going to knock him out, isn't he?
What? Oh, and he's got the Conor McGregor. I'm trying to read it on his fucking shirt. I'm better. He's got I'm better than you, and you know it on MJF's suit coat, just like how Conor had fuck you and all of that.
Oh,
when
yeah?
he boxed Mayweather. Oh wow. Are you there?
Yeah. Man, I'm bummed.
We said MJF didn't need a mouthpiece, but for those following along that aren't watching, MJF just cold clocked Regal with the brass knucks and is now just talking to him up.
Do you ever find yourself driving somewhere and you're going along and then you fucking make a bunch of turns and you come around and but when you get to kind of where you're going, you realize you could have like fucking gone from here to here and it would have been way faster, way better if you just gone straight, but you did all this extra shit to get there. That's what this shit feels like at times. We just went through all this story to get here to just fucking kill it. I'm okay with MJF punching Regal, but let's run with it. You just put them together. Why? Explain why and why we're going to continue it on. I don't like the whole...
Right, because it's like you said, they don't know how to pivot. And props to Regal. Regal has not moved since this. And Danielson's even coming out calling for medical staff and all of that. But yeah, we talked about how MJF didn't need a mouthpiece like Regal. And granted, I'm with JV there. Again, of course, I agree with my son. But that Regal's bound to go back to WWE at this point with Hunter there, Hunter putting out tweets of it's not the same without you. And I understand people have put out there Regal's got a 3-year contract, what have you. But we've already had Moxley tell him to fucking piss off like Simba did Scar. And now MJF freaking punched him with his own brass knuckles as he's getting stretchered out.
Yeah, they're selling it hard as they should. And you know, the only thing I will say about this, Nick, is to me this move feels a little bit where you're almost trying to correct a mistake you made. And I think because guys like MJF and guys like Regal, they pay attention to the audience. They pay attention to the crowd. Right. They want some type of certain reaction. And when they go, okay, we talked about it. Flirting with MJF being the baby face was a bad move. Lining him up against somebody that would push him like a heel, that would push him into that baby face pocket. This right now, that move right there, you hear the crowd, they're all dead silent, and he got to just walk out. It is a nice thrust back into fuck you, I'm MJF, I'm the fucking devil, don't forget it.
See, it would have been nice if there was crowd response, then they went silent. But it was silent the whole time. So this still just now feels awkward. Like this is supposed to be the somber, heartbreaking moment. If you got William Regal there getting the fucking neck collar put on and put on a backboard with blood coming out of his mouth, this is supposed to pull at your heartstrings and everything. And instead, it's gone over like a fucking popcorn fart.
And I would have liked to see Bryan come flying out down the ramp, through the ring, jump the apron, and chase him out of the building, even if he didn't catch him, and then run back into the ring, right? You know, that kind of thing. MJF was 10 feet away, and he ran over to Regal. Fuck that shit. We got traded.
It's amazing, though, and I heard you talk about this a little bit before I hopped on, about how Tony likes to play fantasy booker and everything like that, and had no more credibility than any of us.
I think I'm on acid some of this shit.
What's up?
So some of these stories are fucking fascinating. Like I feel like I'm on acid, reading it, going, "Is this for real?"
Right, but it's just, and he's got such old school minds around him and everything, and he tries to sit there and claim to be a fan of Cornette and all of this, and was a wrestling fan for a long time, but he just does like such shitty booking. Like it's such classic old school storytelling and everything. Like even right there of what you're talking about, like that's like the Attitude Era, to where you'd have somebody, Stone Cold Steve Austin, of Vince does something despicable, and even if he can't get to fucking Vince or whoever and you know the authority, he still sits there and is running through the crowd at him.
Some of my favorite things when people talk about, I know when people go back to the Attitude Era, and I know the young folk out there hate when you reference the good old days, but some of my favorite moments, some of the images that are etched in my mind when I think about that time in wrestling are those moments, you know, when Vince was like viscerally screaming in Austin's face, I hate you, right. He was just gonna grab him and like shake him, like those were the best. Like when you had that, you know, like the JR moments, you son of a bitch, right? Now Regal just got knocked out. Excalibur, you're supposed to be good at your job. Why are you not losing your fucking mind? Why are you not going ballistic? Why are you not, that son of a bitch? I can't. Somebody's got to do it. Someone's got to push that emotion. We sat through dead silence, and your commentary team needs to guide that and make you feel something in that moment. But no, you got to do it. And that's my criticism, because that's important to me. I need those moments of passion, of emotion, you know, when we get down to this. That's what I'm here for.
Right. It's all, in theory, it's all still suspension of disbelief and everything, and it's storytelling at its purest core. So you need either the commentary team should be sitting there selling, like you said, of have somebody like Excalibur. Christ, Jim Ross is on your fucking payroll.
Right, let Jim Ross
or Tony Schiavone could do something besides ho ho ho, the fucking Renee Young lines. But have somebody either sell, oh my God, what a despicable, horrible act, that sick son of a bitch, all of that, or you sell it with the most sincerity of, oh my God, I can't believe that this happened to William Regal and this and that. You either play it one way or the other. Either he's the most devilish person, or oh my God, I can't believe this happened.
Exactly.
But to sit there and be like, so coming up later on Dynamite, fuck off. Like, do you even fucking care?
Yeah. And that's it. You should come back from this commercial break right now. Folks, we are in a commercial break. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this all week long, and we will be back tomorrow. Very special interview with Mr. The Coach, the All-American, Mike Hollow will be here. Fun interview. Don't miss that, and who knows what else we'll do. We're always up to tricks.
Right. Big things popping, little things stopping up. The summer season never sleeps. Just like, you never know who's going to show up around here. Just like apparently even in AEW, they don't know what the fuck's going on ever. But so we're coming out back now from that commercial. And now Excalibur must have been tuning in while we were going here and everything. Which I guess you all should do here at the Wrestling for Life Network. If you haven't already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But he's sitting there. Now he's selling over Regal's had a bunch of issues with his neck throughout his career, and he's had a lot of health issues. Now we're putting this over on this somber effect that we should have given it fucking to beforehand, honestly, again, I guess I can speak halfway from a point of experience, even though I've never worked in the industry, but as someone who hosts a show talking about the wrestling, it is the alternative commentary for all of your wrestling needs. Why? You have to still try and paint a picture. You still have to have something that's going to be captivating, draw people in, what have you, not just act like nothing fucking matters. Small Mark, that was Jim Ross's best asset, selling the story and going on in the ring. Yes, 100%. Jim Ross was best at making those moments seem 100% real, even if you knew it was something complete and utter ridiculous, but he made it credible. Scott, is Regal okay? We shall see. He got cold cock paused by MJF and got taken away now, stretchered out in the ambulance. But I've got Ricky Starks coming out right now. So we're still setting up Ricky Starks, I guess, versus MJF at Winter Is Coming, but Ricky Starks is still all K2 taped and all of that. Joker Victor, do you see Williams Regal returning at the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant? If Regal returns to WWE, it's not going to be in any sort of in-ring performance capacity. It's going to be very much he's the GM of a show. He's the manager of somebody. He comes out and just war games. That's all he has to do. But now we've got Matt Hardy and Ethan Page with Bivens coming out as we're going to get Ricky Starks versus Arya Daivari. That's the last time we ever see Regal on AEW. Could you imagine? Fair enough. Hell of a way to send the man off. You either live a hero or you die early enough to see yourself, or you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But so Ethan Page now halfway shouting out MJF of saying he's going to beat Ricky Starks. And so Ethan Page is going after Ricky Starks after he loses to MJF. Why not try and challenge him for the contendership or something like that? Heaven forbid we try and make sense or try and give these matches a real reason, some sort of actual stipulation besides just gimmicky shit. But Starks with a spear, so we're getting Starks versus Daivari, and it looks like we're still setting up Ethan Page versus Starks after, and Rochambeau, and well, this is going to be quicker than I can comment on. So Starks already wins. Can't even ask you for a prediction on it because it's already over. But I still don't. Matt Hardy seems so lost in AEW right now. If he doesn't know, they don't know what the fuck to do with him. He can't be broken, Matt Hardy. He doesn't know where Brother Nero is. Brother Nero should probably never come back. It's AEW to me, and I can say this because we just watched NXT last night. It seems a lot of like NXT. There's a lot of good mid-level, could be pushed higher talent. They just can't fucking figure out how to put the pieces together to make it work, it seems. Boss says Egon. Why does that sound like a name from Lord of the Rings? But I've got Tony backstage right now, Tony Schiavone, with Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel. And I'm still waiting for this little tension to build between Hayter and Britt. I thought it should have happened earlier, but at least we're getting it. Regal won't return to WWE until his AEW contract is over in January. Well, if we're talking about January, that's 2 months away. It's kind of, I see a lot of other people like FTR, Dax Harwood, who are starting to talk about their contracts. So we might start to see more than just Cody Rhodes and so on and so forth, looking to pull the escape hatch and saying, hey, Hunter, I know what we did before. You want me back? Christ, Andrade is trying to get fired. Paige is so underrated. Hangman or Saraya? And we're getting Anna Jay coming out right now. When Regal goes back to WWE, I hope he brings back Tajiri as his assistant. That was one of my favorite fucking things, honestly, during the Attitude Era, and it's such an underrated thing. And when was William Regal and Tajiri paired up together, it was fucking Abbott and Costello, 100%. Yes, Starks won. Dale says Matt Hardy gave Paige a middle finger and Ricky won. Matt Hardy ST is going back to broken Matt Hardy. Well, I think that's the best he could do at this point, and I still don't know if it would be a good thing paired up with everything else that's on AEW. But we're getting Anna Jay versus Willow. So get your predictions in the chat. Let us know who you're taking for this match right now. We've got Willow, who I know we've been critical of her at times and everything, and she very much has become the AEW darling, and a lot of people are behind her. I do think there's potential there. I think at times she just kind of gets thrust into the spotlight or into situations that she shouldn't be in just because of that little bit of fan support. And I get it. I don't want to fully trash on the girl, but Willow versus Anna Jay is not a match, is not a marquee match. That's not something, I want to make sure I watch this of who's going to win. I wouldn't mind seeing Willow versus Athena. Maybe I think I threw that outlier there, and Willow's going to be the one to take the TBS title off of Jade, because eventually she's got to lose it at some point. Perfect win for Starks. That's Reba, not Rebel. Same goddamn thing. Ethan Page is Matt Hardy's boss. Ethan Page won't let Matt Hardy use his finisher move in his matches anymore. Well, that sounds like a terrible storyline that Tony Khan would write. Bathroom break match. And the man back from one.
Came back for this one. What do you mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. The man who's back from one, Anna Jay versus Willow. So do you at least see that Willow? I feel Willow is beyond this. I don't think that she's not going to beat Jamie Hayter. I could see her beat maybe Jade Cargill. Maybe we get that surprise victory, but I don't. Anna Jay means nothing right now on this roster outside of, hey, she knows Chris Jericho.
Kind of. You got a point. I mean, but, and again, I mean, I don't mind this match, to be honest, but it just goes to show, like, you're not really highlighting some top level women's wrestlers. Like, where would these two women be ranked in what they're booking right now in the WWE? They would be hanging out with Dana Brooke.
NXT.
Right. No, I don't disagree. Wow, and the numbers on the channel plunge with the Anna Jay Willow match. Son of a bitch. Thank you, AEW.
Wow. Come see, come saw.
Right. Anna Jay.
Michael, what up? John, what up?
Willow for the win. I like Nightingale. She is a good crowd pleaser and brings energy. I can see Willow versus Athena program.
Yeah, in Ring of Honor, that makes sense. Not on AEW.
True. I like that.
Right. But see, I also feel like a bit like Scott's comment here is a bit why Willow's gotten a little bit of that push and everything. She's become that, like we talked about with AJ Fox that signed with AEW earlier and everything. RJ Fox, who gives a fox? What does the fox say?
What does the fox say?
Right. The only real wrestling involving Fox is SmackDown. What? But it becomes a little bit of they sign these indie darlings and they don't build them. They just take everybody knows them because we know them, right? And then they throw them out there and everybody's like, the fuck?
Yeah. No, and I mean, if you're casually clicking around looking for something to watch and you come upon these particular athletes, you're like, what is this? You're not quite sure. Taya, by the way, Ty Conti, Ty Mello is at ringside now. She didn't come out originally, I don't believe.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't notice Tay Mello. Just yeah. Every time I say her name is Tay Mello, I feel like I'm talking about a candy bar.
Yeah, no, right? I swear to God, I'm going to sneeze.
Alicia Fox, what?
What?
Fox in the Hound, what?
Fox in the Hound.
Oh, trust me, I was halfway trying to start thinking of some others to keep going.
Michael J. Fox, what?
Right, Michael J. Fox.
The Fox and the Fiddle, what?
Right.
No, we can do this all day, folks.
Right.
For Fox's sake,
They call her Mellow Yellow.
Right. Called her
But we are in picture-in-picture right now. Anna Jay in control of the match. This screams. What's up?
Oh, I just said 2 count. This match is just, and the crowd is blowing my mind. Like, they're not into anything. And the one thing I did feel that Monday Night Raw had was a very ruckus crowd.
It seems like it's been a trend with AEW, and I say this respectfully, especially when it comes to the AEW audience in women's matches. I know we'll get 10,000 comments of, "Oh, Willow's so hot. Oh, I'm a big Anna Jay fan and all of that." Cool. No, you just like looking at them, but you don't fucking react to anything that they do in the ring. You don't pop for any entrance, any return, any sort of fucking heel turn. No big moves, no nothing. You sit on your goddamn hands the whole match. Well, or maybe you put your hands in your pockets. I don't know what
you do. Touche.
Right.
Well, dude, the episode of Big Bang when the girls go to the fucking comic book store and all the dudes in the comic book store freeze? That's what happens when you get a ladies match. They come out and everyone in the crowd's like,
freeze. I think everyone started to freeze right when you said the ladies in Big Bang.
You had me at Bang Bang.
Right, you had me at Big Bang. Spinebuster. Hell of a spinebuster, though, from Willow.
Nice.
2 count on the Rhea Ripley pin. Still to come, Death Triangle versus the Elite. So the Elite set themselves up to make the greatest comeback in professional wrestling history.
Right.
The fucking tools they are.
Right. Okay, there she goes.
MJF isn't here anymore, so.
Well, have fun with that, Damien. Go watch Glow. It's entertaining.
This man's been on a glow kick while he's got May 19th. He told me this last night. I watched Glow.
I even went off and started watching a fucking documentary about it. I was like, I want to know more.
You know what? This match right here seems like some shit that would happen in Glow. Not in AEW. Maybe on some Ring of Honor. I get excited with Willow and cheered when I saw her live. Fair enough, Scott.
There you
go. It's jokes, my guy.
I got excited and cheered.
Right, where did you get excited?
Pause.
Accusations.
Accusations. That's perfect. No, fucking I mean,
Tay gets a fucking elbow to the face for her problem.
I just feel like the pace in which they're doing things feels like they're practicing. These particular women right now, like they just tried to lock arms for the backs. Oh,
roll into a small package pin. Well, it does. It almost feels like how we keep going back and commenting on the spots. That's literally the only spots that are happening in the match is what we happen to turn around and notice. It's because you can feel plot, 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 big spot, plot, 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 big spot.
Plop, plop, plop.
Right. This match was plop, plop, plop. Which Willow with like 3.
Like, do you see when they it looks like they're practicing? Like, okay, you put your foot there. Okay, you got it. Okay, now roll. Like, that's what like you're watching them think it through.
Right.
This is where I'm not saying neither one of these ladies can wrestle, but they need more training. They need more reps. They need more time.
They're green as goose shit. They're green as the logo on our channel.
That was a huge power bomb, though.
Oh, Willow's a fucking powerhouse. And like I said, she does have a lot of talent. And it's one of those, and I say this respectfully, and I'm not trying to bag on the woman or either woman, but
I am.
Like even Victor saying, if this should have been a dark match, AEW needs an actual fucking developmental system. They rely so much on you're an indie talent. You should halfway know what the fuck to do.
Mm-hmm. You got two. What?
Destination unknown.
She finally made a comeback.
Ruby Soho.
Okay, now I'm here's a confusing thing. Now let me see what happens. But so if Ruby comes out to answer the toll for these two, should they have not just won? They already look like shit.
She's just going after. Fair enough. But she's going after Tay. She's not going after Anna.
Because they should have got a win. They should have got a roll-up win. You know what I mean? They should have got it.
Because Tay cost it. Because Tay got her the win.
Right?
That's better booking. And then now you set up a tag match.
Yeah. Exactly. Or they they take the loss, but they start beating her up, right?
Right. But Ruby's back. And
Ruby's back!
Actually looking like a badass for probably the first time in AEW since she debuted.
Man, those runaway vignettes she was doing when she was between jobs, man, those were excellent. I was so jacked for her to come back, and it just never amounted to shit.
She got such a huge pop when she returned. And for Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho, and they did fuck all with her.
And if you had put her straight in like a barn burner program with Britt, and they just ran for a few months battling each other and really like legit.
They did, and she lost.
No, but like a really solid program. That's what I mean. I know they had it, but like, I mean, extend it, but make it a barn burner. Make it fucking heat where they really could have capitalized.
Even if you don't want her to have the title, give her a couple fucking non-title wins and shit like that, and then have her lose and all of that. Instead, it was just loss.
What's the over-under on her next broken nose?
Fucking. Well, we're not off the air yet. We've still got about a half hour before we're off the air. So
Ruby looks good as shit. Welcome back, Ruby.
She's not just pissed as hell as she's seeing Valhalla, formerly known as Sarah the Impaler or Max the Logan, showing up on WWE, and Liv's getting a huge push. Liv's been SmackDown World Women's Champion. Ruby's just like, God damn, I missed the fucking boat.
Right? Shit.
I signed that 3-year contract just before Hunter took over.
Right. And I mean, at times it's not a bad thing, right? Because a year from now, you make a return and everyone's like, you kind of get through I mean, you've had this big groundswell of returns and big names and trying to make it all make sense. I mean, it's all right if you got a little bit of time before you join this company, because it really can allow you to kind of stand out from the crowd at this point.
Right. But we got a replay video package of the House of Black. I almost said the Dark Order, but the House of Black showing up last week. And then now we're getting, I guess, QT versus OC Friday on Rampage for the All Atlantic title.
Yeah, we don't need this on our TV.
God damn, Jade. Hello.
Like, are you trying to hurt the viewership? And who gives a fuck about Orange Cassidy fighting QT Marshall?
Facts. I'm waiting until you see Jade, because god damn. How you doing?
Ruby Soho, Ruby's back. So I'm guessing that's a big thumbs up out there for Ruby Soho's return. Jesus.
Right. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm coming down with the vapors. I should not have worn a sweater here. I'm getting a little verklempt.
Well, Jade couldn't find her pants on the way to the ring, so she just said, fuck it, I'm going.
She don't need them. She don't need them. She don't need them. She don't need them.
Looking like $1 million bucks.
And she's got $1 million on her goddamn body. Why?
What?
Fucking high holy hell. She's a fucking star. It's so funny to me
Absolute star.
Oh, and I saw this literally, I think, before I popped on, of how Jade has managed to become a fucking star in professional wrestling in under a year, and Ronda still can't figure it the fuck out after 4.
Because she's not trying.
Right.
Dude, that's what made me mad about Goldberg for all these fucking years of watching Goldberg fucking suck. If you did anything, Nick, if I asked you, man, can you take up knitting? And you might never be great at knitting, but 30 years from now, you better be fucking better than you are today. With Goldberg, Ronda, they never get better. You lazy fuckers, try.
There's up and then down.
I'm going to do the same 4 fucking things for the rest of my life. Get the fuck out of here.
Goddamn, side note, but still, just if you weren't a Jade Cargill fan before, you fucking better be now.
Listen, a lot of people bag on Jade, and I mean, I understand early days Jade, where she was green as shit, probably pushed a little faster based on her overall prowess more than her ring ability.
Right.
But man, she's come so far, and I truly believe she's going to win 100 matches in a row.
At least 50. I think we get to 50 now, but she's been probably the most consistent, most dominant women's performer in AEW. When Thunder Rosa held the AEW women's title, she felt more of a champion, Jade did, than Thunder Rosa.
Yes, Jade all the way.
Christ, speaking of, again, Gold Cages coming up soon because we're at the end of 2023. But even then, I pushed hard for, I think I had her win fucking female athlete of the year halfway through.
Yep.
Was Jade.
Listen, and I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but she didn't get the highest of numbers on the PWI list.
No.
And that bothered me. Like Mandy Rose was another one that bothered me.
Right, but you even with Jade, you have women that show up to the wrestling shows now that dress and try and they want to be part of the baddies section and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that with all respect to Becky Lynch, all respect to fucking Charlotte Flair, etc., etc., etc. You don't have a ton of female fans showing up specifically. I just want to hang out with you, girl.
Right? She is really. Here's the question.
Bow Wow. What the fuck?
Everybody, real quick question though. Name one other woman in this division that looks like an absolute star, like Jade. Like really, really, like Britt's a star. Her entrance to everything she does is. Wait, what the fuck? Is this
Bow Wow breaks up the celebration? JB asked who was going to break it up. Apparently, it's goddamn
Why did you
Bow
say
Wow.
that? I'm so mad.
Bow Wow, wow, yippee.
Yippee, bow wow.
They're playing basketball. Bow Wow trying to be like Mike, trying to want to take on Jade Cargill, I guess. That man, he's the fucking James Ellsworth of AEW is Bow Wow at this point.
Hilarious.
This man's just going to get smashed.
Yo, time out. The fuck? Am I wrong at that? What the fuck was that?
No.
What happened?
It was here, and then it went there.
Guys, I mean, what the fuck was that segment? What the fuck was
it started off fantastic.
Thank you for 7 minutes of Jade Cargill. That was fucking lovely. But beyond that, what the fuck are we doing? That went nowhere.
Right.
What did Bow Wow say? Fans out there, did anyone catch what Bow Wow's point was? Why'd he shut the shit down? Because it's not like
the man looked like he was in a goddamn meat locker. Fucking, where the fuck are you at, Bow Wow? Can't literally looking like Rocky Balboa. I got to start pounding, punching slabs of meat to prepare to face fucking Jade Cargill, you punk ass.
Jesus Christ, Little Romeo's better.
Fuck, I forgot about him. No, Christ, that'll be another. That's another one of the fucking four horsemen of fucking WCW. We've already got Jeff Jarrett. Now, if we get Master P with fucking Little Romeo showing up,
remember that for a minute,
right?
Oh shit!
We're only missing the other two. Christ, Eric Bischoff talks enough about Tony Khan, and all we're missing is fucking Russo. And then there we go. There's the fucking four horsemen of WCW.
Kiera Hogan, nope, that didn't happen. We got Bow Wow talking shit. I guess Kiera Hogan's going to align with Bow Wow, maybe.
I thought she was a baddie.
She got fired.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't keeping track either.
Right. Yeah. How do you get fired from being a fucking baddie? You're not bad enough.
You ain't bad enough, bitch. You got to go.
Right, you ain't bad enough.
Oh, son of a bitch. What?
In AEW, all WWE? What? Peace be with you and also with you. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in a commercial break. I hope you guys are in a commercial break as well. We are rolling through. Do not forget, tomorrow we are back with a very special interview. An infamous man himself, I would say the All-American Mike Hollow stopped by the coach. What?
Do you know Kofi Kingston? What?
What?
Do you know Tommaso Ciampa? What? Do you know Ivar from the Viking Raiders, the Viking Experience, War Machine, the Hot Topic Raiders? What? Do you know Perry Saturn? What? Do you know RJ Brewer? What?
Biff Busick?
Right, Biff Busick, Oni Lorcan? What? Then absolutely, that is the man that we interviewed. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. Is the man who trained them all, who taught them all. The man who was in WWE, wrestled Steve Blackman, Gangrel, what have you, etc., etc., etc. The man with a resume longer than Jericho's 1001 Olds. Go ahead.
No, that's it. It was a fun interview. Tune in. It's a nice, quick hit. So tune into that. Give Mike some love. And yeah, great story, great experience. A man that was trained by, worked with, and ran Killer Kowalski's school. So, you know, he started out as a student, became a peer and a partner, and then they had a lifelong bond. It's a great story, great experience, great insight into wrestling and what, if you're a young wrestling fan out there or a young person that wants to be a wrestler, it's a good one to tune into. He has a lot of good advice, points, and perspective. I've been pontificating on the mountain of omnipotence. But I really like, fuck off. I fucking have now become a claim mark because Bowens is right down there, military sergeant, you know, Billy Gunn just screaming in his face. Why is there a camera on us? Because AEW stands for Acclaim every Wednesday. And fucking Walk with Elias. AEW stands for Acclaimed every Wednesday. I dig it. I like it. Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that sweater, man. Scissor me sweater.
It's I honestly, I've looked at kind of the ugly Christmas sweaters that have been out there in wrestling, and I'm debating a little bit between, say, like that one or maybe the American Nightmare Adrenaline.
Oh wow!
Something. Cody Rhodes.
On a Punk one.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's tough. It's been tough.
Maybe yeah. Have to look on eBay, shit like that for him.
There you go.
What the man just taking shots at CJ unexpectedly.
And Victor at the same time.
So. Jesus just got caught in the crossfire there. What the fuck?
Okay, so we got a backstage promo from the Acclaimed and Billy, right? And then we get a fucking a call out till Friday where we hear more from them. What?
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone.
But I am
weary head to rest.
Yeah. May the Lord my soul to keep.
Well, it's so funny to me that this is that's their trios theme and everything, which again I feel like is a little bit of Tony Khan of just make it rain on them.
Well, you brought it up that it was reported that it was just last minute. Then Tony sits there and I like the entrance though. Like I like when the lights come on and the music hits. I'm so mad that I like it because I fucking hate these guys. But credit where credit is due. This is lovely.
It is. It's sadly. Well, I've been the defendant of Kenny on this. It's the Bucks I can't stand. It's the peripheral I can't stand.
I don't
But
know.
it does work. I'd rather now on a scale of hatred, disdain, of go away heat, the Elite or Jericho.
Oh, do you like kicked in the nuts or punched in the face?
Right. Do you want to get punched in the throat or the dick? Pick one.
Oh, fuck. I hate them for like all the same reasons, right? So I'm trying to like separate them. I'm like, nope, they both do that. Nope, they both do that.
But we've got the Bucks and Kenny Omega are out right now. We've got the Elite, so I guess they'll stop the hatred for half a second.
I will say this. For all my bitching, they're gonna lose tonight, just so we know. They're gonna go down 0-3 tonight.
I'm gonna fucking die laughing. And that's why I want to take a little pause real quick here, because I'm gonna die laughing if you're 100% fucking right. If they go down 3-0 and then come back 4-0, like this fucking World Cup, if they just closed it out in the end.
You know what?
The heroes welcome. They
you know what's going to be epic? You know, no team, like, it's so rare when a team comes back down, you know, back from 3 down. People will love it. They'll think we're going to lose. No, we don't. Speaking of awesome entrances.
Speaking of masked entrances.
Yeah, look at that
mask now.
Yeah. Sorry, Pac made me laugh, but I didn't mean to laugh, but it happened. I saw him and I chuckled.
Good old Jordy Pac.
Fucking excellent entrances.
Oh yeah. Well, it's if it wasn't a best of 7 series, it would be a fantastic match like it was supposed to be. We thought it was going to be one match, and then it's like, no, you got 6 more. It's like, God damn it. Mm-hmm. I wanted 1 donut, not 6.
The Elite by a mile. Oh, there you go. Elite winning tonight. Mm-mm.
No, I think it was answering my other question.
Oh, who do you hate more? Okay.
It could be either or. The world may never know.
For me, it's the Elite. Jericho at least has a sing-along and he understands some of the business.
See, I'm the other way. Jericho, fuck off. Jericho and Jarrett.
I mean, at least you get better matches from the Bucks and Kenny, technically.
Right, but right now we've got
this is pre-ding
across
right?
the ramp with Kenny setting up for a knee down the ramp.
Whoa, Kenny hurt his bum.
Oh,
Kenny can't get up. Kenny hurt his bum.
My back is broken.
The Young Bucks were in TNA and couldn't draw a dime. True story. Boom. Listen, man, I just, again, for all the obvious reasons, and the true, I would love to hear from fans who are like, no, KG, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah. I'm willing to listen. Wow, this match is chaotic. It hasn't even started yet. 2 cutters. But this will be the 3rd match that is very similar to the first 2. What is really going to separate this match from what we've already seen in this series? That's my question. That's my concern. But, I mean, we got lots of time on the clock. We're all over the place. I mean, are we going to have a match? Is this match no DQ? Are we just running? After about 8 minutes of fighting, do we roll in the ring and get a ding-ding? That doesn't really make sense. Death Triangle, I agree with Dale. Death Triangle, I agree with Damien. Bucks were in that and couldn't draw. I got that. Elite by the end of the series will go full heel. I think so. I kind of agree with that, Mark. I think that's where they're heading with this. But in their head, people expect us just to hand the titles over, so we're gonna do it like this. No, what would have been really good if the Bucks spent, 5-6 months working really good trios matches, putting rubs and shines on other teams in the division, but being successful and working their way to a one-on-one title match where they can go over because they've earned it. But this is gratuitous. This is self-serving. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this match, but it's chaos. Holy shit. Holy shit. John says, I don't even know if we're going to get an official match. Jericho put over a fucking clipboard, for God's sake. It's a true story. My issue with Jericho is just his matches aren't great, and he thinks they're fucking unreal. And I'm just, him being booked in the main event of Dynamite every week is bad for business. No knock on Jericho. He's a 56-year-old man, 54-year-old man. He wrestles better than I do. But I'm telling you right now, you want better people, better wrestlers in your main events. Right? Jericho Bandito is not moving your fucking needle at all. The Elite win, I don't know. Nope. Yeah, we're making our way to the ring, maybe. No, not them. I think it'll be tied 3 matches apiece, and last match be held in a steel cage. That's not a bad show. Now, Nick had asked, like, maybe we'll get a one-on-one match or a different type of thing. This is not even a match. Kenny, too sweet in a fan. Ray Fenix wobbling back. Oh, gets kicked by the other Jackson. I really wish Brandon Cutler would go home. Sick of looking at this kid. The Elite for the win. Match has not started. So, again, it's kind of an interesting thing. I wish this... Do you guys ever imagine if something like this happened in the UFC? Like somebody was walking down the ramp for their entrance and the other fighter just fucking ran out. And there they go. And they fight for like 11 minutes in the audience. And then they fucking get pulled apart. They get thrown in the cage and they go, all right, let's go. Ding, ding. Probably not. Probably not. All right, so everybody gets rolled out of the ring. Double power bombs on the apron, or power bombs in stereo. Penta's still wobbling. I guess he's been drinking. Oh, hooked. Up. And okay, that was a waste of time. Oh, Penta fighting back. Ref is out. Okay, what the fuck? What is happening? Miedo. Oh, Rick Knox. That's the best thing that ever happened to Rick Knox on AEW TV. Oh, Penta's got a hammer. Penta's got a hammer. He put the hammer between his legs, says Taz. Thank you, Taz. Pause. There goes Penta with a hammer in his pants. Oh. One of the... All right, so Kenny's in the ring. Penta's got a hammer. Fenix says no. No. All right. We've seen this so many times. It's hammer time. Oh, Penta pushed Fenix. Oh, V-trigger on Fenix. The crowd is flat. Oh, Kenny rolls through, super kicks. Oh, wait. I might be wrong. Snapdragon. Rick Knox gets rolled back in. Was that the whole... Like, am I... Wow. Powerbomb rolls through. V-trigger. Pac is back. Oh, out goes Pac. Man, if you are on vitamins trying to watch this match, good fucking luck. I lost the plot completely. There you go. Up. All right, Penta fighting through. No. Oh! The Bucks kick Kenny. Fenix up. Pac up. Omega's down. What? Okay, all three men to the top. What the hell? There you go. 3 moonsaults. Woo! There. Oh, double underhook power driver. Wow, Kenny with a kick out. KJ, are you right? Flat crowd tonight. It is fucking flat as a pancake. John, it's killing me. Even during this match, now they're giving us this is awesome chant, but it's flat. Huge super kick. Another one. Nobody sells a thing. Oh, Northern Lights into a roll. Fenix. Oh, caught. Double Northern Lights. Crowd pop. Now we got to pop. Pac's mask is falling off. I don't know if he knew that. It's a wee bit big there. So I don't know what the trios title. They didn't need a trios title. It was the Young Bucks' way of running away and not fucking defending their tag titles against fucking FTR. This was just an ego stroke from the beginning. They already had the ROH trios title. If you wanted to have compelling, convincing trios matches, send them to ROH and build up that division. You used every other title on this show. Oh, Bach Kenny up. Super. Oh! Avalanche, Falcon Arrow. Big kick out. Is there enough women on their roster? No, there's not. Man, we just saw fucking Anna Jay and Willow, and it was fucking awful. There's not enough. And it's not a knock. They just need depth. They need time. They need training. They need practice. Now we're getting a fight forever chant from the crowd, the quietest crowd I've heard in weeks. Where was that fucking WWE show that was silent as shit? Wilkes-Barre? It's the last one I heard that was fucking nuts. Like, the crowd's crickets now. You literally hear like whistling. You literally can hear that in the crowd. I feel like watching the match and fast forward at times. All right, champion's kicking the shit out of Kenny. Why'd you wait, Nick? Get there. It's a Midwest crowd. It's a boring as fuck crowd. Avalanche. At least you know AEW does pipe in crowd noise like WWE, or doesn't, I guess. Which honestly I don't mind. The piped in crowd noise is a bit much on your ears sometimes. But I do believe AEW does it too, and I know they were trying to. Hey, buddy. They were trying to squash when the crowd was chanting for CM Punk, and when the crowd was chanting for fuck the Young Bucks. There was definitely they were changing the audio levels there, and they had the commentators like speed talking so you couldn't hear the crowd. So they both play their tricks.
I was gonna say, speaking of piped in, but right. Pause. But yeah, no, yeah. Well, even I see JV's comment of when's the last time a Midwest crowd went crazy. I don't want to knock on the Midwest or whatever. I mean, Christ, they have fuck all else to do there except for going to the wrestling events and everything. But at the same time, I don't know. You can't blame this just on the crowd. This isn't a one night thing to where we've seen people on their goddamn hands and everything watching AEW.
Right.
And speaking of tuning the volumes on crowds and everything, I bet you they sure as shit turn up the volume when we got the fuck you CM Punk chants.
Listen, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people complaining, not impressed with the footage going around of the Bucks actually encouraging the chant.
Gee, I wonder why.
And I mean, I talked about this early on tonight, and I don't want to get back on a bitch fest. This match is chaos. even though it took about 11 minutes for us to get the match started. But it's the same as the last two matches. It's good.
Oh, that's the thing is now you get to watch a match 7 times.
Yeah,
what are they going to do that's drastically different from match 6 than match 1?
Wow. Sorry. Yeah, no, I agree, Nick. You got to have some variation. You got to find a way to make it different. Is one of the baby faces hurt? So are they less likely to win the next one? But we're not really quite sure who the baby faces are in this scenario. Like, what are the angles? Is there dissension? Well, there kind of seems to be some dissension. How are you going to play that up? Like, tell the story within 7 matches, not just 7 matches.
Exactly. Fenix with us gets caught on a springboard crossbody, and we're setting up for a fucking Meltzer driver.
Of course.
Whoop!
Nice catch.
Fenix counters it. And we've only got 4 minutes right now left on the clock, unless AEW is going to go over much like NXT did.
That's a good question. I mean, I'm Canadian, so I'm going to say like Montreal might be one of them. Trying to be dope. But no, I mean, what do we got?
Are there 5 wrestling cities in Canada?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not.
No, I'm not asking if there's 5 cities. I know there's more than 5 cities. I'm asking if there's 5 prominent wrestling cities. Calgary,
I think
Toronto,
you got
Montreal. Does Ottawa count?
3. I think you give Ottawa's got a bit of a taste to it. Like that French section of Canada has a really good wrestling history. I mean, we're surprising, right? Like, but yeah, as far as big,
you set me up to say something I didn't want. I was gonna say, yeah, it's surprising you're fucking there. Big ass DDT from Fenix and Kenny.
There you go. New York, Philadelphia.
Well, I was gonna say 5 markets in the U.S.: New York, L.A., Florida. I would think Jacksonville, but they're not in Jacksonville. Well, Chicago's got to be 1. So there's 3. Boston 4.
Interesting.
Dallas 5.
Yeah.
Or are we going like Louisville, Kentucky, or no, Charlotte, North Carolina?
Charlotte's a good one. I think you got to go with somewhere in Texas, though. Like, I mean, it's an interesting argument, right?
Philly's a good one.
I said Philly right away. Like Philly, New York,
Atlanta. That's the thing. There's more than 5 in the U.S.
And it's changed over time, right? I mean, remember a time where Detroit was like a bumping wrestling spot.
JV, you were 3/4 of the way there, 4/5 of the way there. British Columbia is a province, not a city.
That was close.
Right, like I said, you got there.
Now, here's the argument. All those cities and across Canada, now we got sidetracked from 1, 2, but there's wrestling everywhere. But as far as being a known wrestling hot spot where big shows roll into a lot in that, I mean, obviously the ones we kind of named, right?
Right. Well, and I see a lot of consistent themes though of Chicago, New York, Charlotte, Philly. Like, there's at least a solid. You could do a top 10.
It's good. Did you hear what we're going to do? The other concept of coming up with our Mount Rushmores of wrestling.
Oh, really?
Like an OC.
No shit. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh, you were wrong.
Shut up. What the fuck?
Pac hit a black arrow, and then Matt Jackson rolled him up for the sneakiest bullshit pin in a million years.
Listen how proud
Pac's fucking around with his mask and everything.
Pac takes way too long to hit the Falcon Arrow, by the way. Like, look, he needs another move. He's like a fucking Olympic diver.
He's got to bounce himself.
Oh, that was
bulky as shit. He's got to make sure he can hit it. Pac might be hurt.
That was awkward.
Penta's coming over and talking to him. Medical staff's that was.
Now what happens? Now I was going to say this. I was going to say this earlier. You do this 7-match series. It goes the distance, as you assume it will, and you have these kind of huge spots week in, week out. Are you not just waiting for something to go wrong?
A little bit. Well, so Matt Jackson got the knees up on the black arrow. And then rolled Pac up into a 3 count. So that's match 3. Match 4 is at Winners Coming in December 14th. So now we get 2 fucking weeks to wait until a match here instead of one every week like we've had.
All right. So I was wrong. I'm fucking shocked. I was wrong.
So I think it might have been JV that said it, that we're going to get now.
I think he legit hit those knees on the way down. Like, he sold it. Like, kudos to Pac for that sell job. But it looked like he came down on those knees.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, look, other people are calling for. Oh no, what are they doing? Oh, he wants a mic now. Oh, Pac's yelling at people.
No, so Kenny. Well, I'll let you.
I agree, boss.
Oh, it's a lumberjack match for the All Atlantic Championship, and we're getting the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, and so MJF cannot win it this year because he's the AEW World Champion. So we're going to get a new diamond ring holder.
There you go.
But yeah, Kenny said there's not going to be a sweep as long as the Elite are involved. Oh, and it's been a long time since I've ended a show, so I'll bid you adieu with a good night. Bang. Like, pause.
Right. But don't, like, I mean, again, like, I don't want to bag on it. It was all right. I mean, that match was all over the place, but I don't know. I'm hard to be like, wow, I was blown away.
You'd probably view it differently if it wasn't the third time in 3 weeks you fucking saw it, too.
Oh, and Death Triangle's arguing with each other, so.
Dissension.
And it looks like Pac borrowed Sheamus's mask, so it just doesn't fit at all.
Right? It's like, my head's not as big as you, Shamo.
It's just put it on. You'll be fine.
Right.
What else we got? Yeah, no, I'm a little surprised. Kenny says it's going to be a reverse sweep. Well, then what do you mean? You did it the wrong way then. You should have lost one more. That's what I wanted to happen. Are you guys bad at math?
Well, I was going to say, what the fuck type of answer is that? Like, no, you didn't kick my ass. I blocked his punches with my face.
Oh, my stream just came back on, and Kenny's got a mic.
Oh, I was going to say, did you not hear the first one? Or are they just replaying it? Because I've got fucking young Sheldon.
Thank you for coming out in such incredible numbers and showing support.
Oh, so you get the special bonus, the Brucey bonus.
I want to hear what he says. Right now, folks, you can get your ratings out of 10 for the show, but I got a little bonus Kenny Omega coverage. I want to see what stupid shit he says tonight.
The man cuts a promo like an anime villain. Everything's a big, dramatic pause and a deep breath after everything he says. We get it, dude.
I just hope everybody has a good time.
The guy has a sign, so Kenny's saying, I just hope everyone has a good time. It's all we want.
That's really, as much as we bag, we just want good fucking wrestling. And sorry, but sometimes you got to call it when it's bad wrestling. Go watch us last night when me and CJ were watching NXT. There was a lot of bad wrestling there. It's not just bagging on AEW.
Well, and it's no different than sport. Like, if you guys, my shit ended. So Kenny Omega was given a little bit of a post-show speech. I'm sure it'll be out on social media in any minute now. But no, but for me, it's like sports, dude. If we were doing a stream on basketball, hockey, football, we'd be sitting here bitching about what quarterback sucks, what coach is an idiot,
right?
You know, who's fucked up, what organization like the Jaguars can't get their shit together, you know, that kind of stuff. That's what I mean. So it's no different with wrestling. It doesn't mean we hate the show. We just fucking pick it apart because we see what we see.
Right. Call a spade a spade.
There you go. So ratings, 6 out of 10 from Victor, 4 from Damien, 6.5 from DeMarcus. Moist.
Is that like your version of mid? I know you've tried to get moist over it. Stop trying to make fetch work. Fetch isn't going to work.
7 out of 10 from Chris Leclerc. Okay, modest. How did you feel about the show overall? Like,
well, I don't see. That's the thing is I missed part of it and everything. But so what I saw, I almost want to say better than last week, but not by a whole lot. Like, it's to me, it's still one of those of Full Gear was fantastic. And the big thing for me with that was make or break for AEW is carry that momentum and everything through your weekly television now.
Uh-huh.
You've got WWE with 2 months or so that they've got to fill. You've got X amount of time. You've got till December, middle of December for Winter is Coming, your next little special show.
2 weeks.
So use that to gas your shit up while they're trying to, take a back seat and extend some stuff. And instead, they've just fallen asleep at the wheel, taking their foot off the gas we're gone back to everything that was wrong with the weekly television before Full Gear.
Yeah, a little bit. I know you came out of Full Gear like super optimistic. Okay, MJF's got the belt. Then MJF, like, dude, they could have found a way, like even a pre-tape to work MJF into that show. He pops up on the Titantron. It's always going to be the Titantron for me. He pops up on the screen and delivers a few lines about how it's his show and he's too good to be there. Regal's going to do the talking. Something to, like, everybody wanted that show to open with your new champion. And then even tonight, we got him in partway through the show. He's great, but I don't know.
Well, I like that at least you got him at the top of the hour. Now I have a question because I missed it. What opened the show?
So we opened the show tonight with Jon Moxley in the ring, delivers a pretty good promo, very passionate, talking about nobody's like him, and I'll take anybody out, da 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 da, and basically who's got the cojones to come out and have a chat with me. And next thing, the fucking Hangman's music hits, and he's marching to the ring. Gets in the ring. John says, I think 2 or 3 things. Paige punches him, and they start brawling. They brawl into the crowd. They brawl back out. They get broken up. They get back together. They get broken up. They get back together. It looks like Bobby Lashley and Brock. They get Paige up the ramp. Moxley goes after him, falls off the side of the fucking ramp, which was hilarious. Sorry, John. I hope you're okay. But it was a botch. It was a running botch. It was
adorable. You pull that orange, just boop.
Yeah, you keep running, but the fucking use your feet and you just keep
the fucking Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, right. Oh, so yeah, and then we went away, and then when I think we had a commercial, and then started getting things going, but then they clicked to the back, and they were fighting back there too. So they've instantly threw gasoline, like these guys were dying to get back at each other.
See, I like that because you can at least play into it real world style and make it seem 100% legit, like we talked about before with the Regal thing of you've got to sell me on it. I understand I just saw it, but if I'm just clicking through the channels, you've still got to fucking sell me on the severity of it. What's happening? Why is this happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that fully seems believable of, well, the last time we saw Hangman Page, he was getting carted off because he got injured in a match mid-match with Moxley. So he'd want to go at Moxley after this. Granted, I think Moxley deserves a vacation more than almost maybe needs a vacation.
It might be nice to get a pause from Mox, but it doesn't look like we're going to get one anytime soon. We did get a pause from Jericho tonight. Oh my God. Apparently he's in Australia. Woohoo.
Wait, what?
Can they keep him?
Run that by me, run?
That was such a transition. Sorry, man.
No, you're good. I heard, I thought what I heard was herpes, Australia, Jericho. What? Can they keep him? Why?
The herpes or Jericho?
I'm going to move on past that because I don't want to know at this point.
No, I just said Chris Jericho was not the main event this week. Thank God.
Gotcha.
Apparently he's in Australia. I don't know where the fuck you heard herpes from.
I don't know either. I'm more, I was halfway asking because I was wondering where Danielson versus Dax showed up on the card.
Oh, so that was the opening match after that segment. And it was an okay match. And Dax tapped out clean.
Really?
Yes. It was a good match. Now, fans out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong if you're still watching and want to chime in with your 2 cents, but it was a good match, solid match. You didn't dislike it, but nothing like, okay. Like where you're like, oh, these two are going to tear it down. It wasn't really that time. It wasn't really that
I feel that should have, if you're not going to have it main event, you should have probably had it open versus, I'd say open the show versus Mox. But that to me should have main evented. That was the main thing you were selling the show on tonight. I
I
feel
thought
that
so.
once in a lifetime, one time only. You're
Right.
getting Dax from FTR versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. All of
Right.
that here is going to have this good technical showcasing of professional wrestling.
Yeah, no, I really anticipated that was going to be the main event. And listen, I have my complaints about putting Dax in all these singles matches that he loses, and I think it. Again, we talked about it before they kind of changed directions, but for the longest time, near the end of Vince's tenure, the Usos were always losing. Never losing their belts, but just losing in some capacity, singles matches, non-title matches. So for me to see, you kind of create those scenarios where you don't want to repeat that pattern over and over and over, right?
Much like with the 7 matches over and over between the Elite and
I can't believe they won
SNL.
tonight. I will say it. I think John, big shout out to John.
Oh, he said it right there. John, I told you the KJ, the Elite would win tonight, brother. Love their new theme by Kansas. Well, it's only for the trios. Kenny still keeps his theme, and we still get Super Kick Party for the buck.
I will say that the see little subtle things like that. And Nick, we talk about it all the time with music and the shit that we work on. Where we try and connect the music to what we're doing, and even if people out there don't get it, there's these subtle little hints that every once in a while someone will go, "Hey,
right, I connected the dots there."
Right. So, and I like that. I like that they did that. Now, when they start biting other wrestlers and making direct references, there's a line, right? Like you can be a smartass, don't be a fucking idiot.
Right, but well, speaking of lines, it's very clear even here. You get a 7 from Chris, you get an 8 from John, then you get to a 0.9999 from Alexander. To JV even giving it a 0.0, 0 out of 0. If you missed this episode of AEW, you tune in next week. Did you really miss anything?
No, that's valid.
Right. If you didn't tune in to us, you missed something. But if you didn't tune in to AEW, you didn't. It was way better than NXT last night. Well, that's not a hard bar to fucking climb over.
Listen, I can actually say this out loud. I will admit it because y'all are family. I did not watch. I don't know what happened, but all I heard was nothing but fucking trash. Like nobody was happy about that particular episode last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to say it'd have to be a limbo. It looked the past 2 nights in wrestling, I feel like show-wise, between NXT and AEW Dynamite, respectfully, has been a fucking limbo competition instead of a fucking high jump competition of who can go under the bar versus who can get the fuck over it.
It's fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, and a lot of the comparables are the same way of like, NXT gets off a little bit with we're developmental. AEW is using developmental talent on their main show, so it's kind of tricky. And we could if we had a really badass tag match with FTR tonight, and maybe you cut out one of the other matches that were fucking useless. That Jade segment was fucked. She came out.
It was good until it wasn't.
Yeah, no, because I'll give you that because she was delivering an excellent promo. Bow Wow showed up, said some nonsense, and that was like, oh, I guess our party's over. The little guy said some stuff.
We represent the lollipop. The fucking Hobbit showed up and just ruined the fucking party.
Jesus Christ. Like Mike over here. 8 out of 10 for me. There you go, John. Good call. Good call. So you do get a range. Now I'm curious what makes that an 8 out of 10. For me, that show was a 6. I'll give it a 6.
Can I give it a rating on half a show? Because I feel like I don't. I missed much and didn't miss much at the same time.
Okay. You take a rating out of the first half. It was a 3 times by 2. You got 6.
I'll give it a 5 then.
5. Fair enough.
Split it right down. It was mid because that's where I showed up. Mid.
It was kind of a mid show, and a lot of it didn't really go anywhere. And I think that's the issue. I love that they started. Well, I mean, fine, but they started something with you were too kind, 0 to 10. Did I go
right? Well, and then Small Mart pointing out about how There's too many other sports happening, World Cup, college football, championships, NFL, etc. Well, that's part of why Monday Night Raw went when it did. Initially was to compete with Monday Night Football and to get that carryover audience. Wrestling can't compete. So for the next few weeks are going to be down weeks with the holidays. It's a low point for wrestling. Listen, just because fucking people may not exactly be tuning in doesn't mean you need to put out a shit product just anticipating that. That's a fucking loser's mentality.
You tell them.
Sorry, not sorry, but it fucking is. If you're gonna sit there and go, oh well, it's the holidays, so we'll just fucking pack it in and we'll get after them again in 2023, then you've already fucking lost. Honestly.
And I think you have an opportunity here. I mean, winter is coming is a good opportunity. December 10th will be good as well for both those shows. But you have an opportunity, just even a couple SmackDowns, a couple Raws with really good pay-per-view level events, either for the IC title or even in the US title, where at least there's intrigue. Now we're still curious about Sammy and that. You got to carry our interest all the way to fucking Rumble, bro.
I think they will, but I was also just hand up, Monday Night Raw was really good. Coming off of the heels of Survivor Series, nothing was advertised for it. It's going head-to-head with Monday Night Football. It's during the holiday season. They have 2 months span before they go into Rumble. It was a really good show. Best show so far, honestly, out of the week. And now SmackDown has a high ladder to fucking climb. That's what I'm saying, though, is that this whole giving an excuse. I could see NXT because it's still meant as developmental. AEW Dynamite is its primetime show. That's your bread and butter. If you can't nail that and you're already chopping it up as, well, it's the holiday season, well, we'll just let some shit slide, or who's really tuning in, all of that, then you shouldn't. That's already a terrible mindset. You should be going in of, well, we've got time now to fucking build. Like I said earlier, now WWE's got 2 months until their fucking show and they're the next premium live event. You've got the holidays. So now I know people are going to be tuned in, and people are going to tune in to TBS and TNT and all of that, because guess who owns a lot of, how many times have you been there during the holiday season and watched the Christmas Story on fucking repeat for fucking 10 hours because it's on TBS? Guess who's also on TBS? AEW. So there you go. If you have every opportunity given before you to sit there and just, we're going to pack it out. It is what it is. Shit happens, this and that. It's just such a terrible mindset to have. And I feel like that's the way AEW is going, of just, well, we're going to get to here and then we'll put our foot on the gas. No, you're already chasing. So fucking pedal to the metal, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. I think what throws me off with that is that at times when you hear like the conversations, it's like, oh, I thought like tonight was one of our best shows ever. And you're like, I guess what else are you going to really say, right? But I mean, at times it's just don't say anything. It's fucking hot garbage. But I mean, again, there's an opportunity. You came out of Full Gear so optimistic. 2 weeks removed from Full Gear, and I'm not. I mean, I don't want to speak for you. So, how have they done for 2 weeks? Like, have they really hook you?
I think my whole sermon there beforehand kind of speaks for it.
Right.
It's really. And that's the thing, is when you set that bar up there of, this is what we can do. And then when you come in here, it's like, well, fuck. Like,
right. Yeah. It's like your favorite team going out and laying an egg on a fucking dumpster fire. Right. Oh, we got a guaranteed win tonight.
It's like seeing the Bills, like, speaking of favorite teams and all that, it's like seeing the Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs and then turn around and fucking struggle with the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving.
Right. It's the frustrating, it's those fucking things that drive you nuts. What do you think about Double J and Jay Lethal? It's going to be a fucking mess of a match.
We'll be here watching SmackDown and Impact as well, so tune in for that.
Yes, triple header Friday again.
I was going to say, speaking of the question, don't tune in for that. We'll be here for Impact and Friday.
Dear Impact Wrestling. Right. We like you. We want to cover you more. We're going to try and cover you more. But you really got to reconsider these Friday night pay-per-views. You don't even have much fucking announced for this one.
They don't. When I was looking earlier, they don't have a match card announced at all. So maybe it's just a throwback. So maybe Double J does double duty. He shows up at Impact and in Rampage, because Christ, they're taping Rampage as we speak, so he could do it.
that post he put out of all the shit he's done this year is pretty fucking impressive, no matter what anybody says about him. Can't really take that away from him. AEW needs to stop chasing and start building. Listen, we'll talk about this probably later in the week, Smile Mark. It's getting late and we don't want to beat it to death. But I said for a long time, that's all Tony has to do is focus. There's a lot of talent around him. There's a lot of really good wrestling minds around him. But if you got guys like FTR and guys like Punk that can't make it work, and Cody had to leave, and look at the names that are leaving opposed to the names that you're pulling closer. We're going to get more Orange Cassidy, less Punk. We're going to get more Matt Hardy, the Private Party, less FTR. Like what like you got to start looking at what you're building here, but take care of yours. You have Wardlow on fire, make him a superstar. You failed. Now you got Hobbs. You got all these ones. So there's opportunity. Just take it. Do better.
I'll say this, and I hope a couple people pick up on this, but I feel like Tony's whistling Dixie amongst the graveyard there when it comes to his booking compared to other professional wrestling companies that have tried the same booking and tried to be that competition to WWE or that alternative. And then once they get knocked down, of all of a sudden, oh, well, we weren't even trying to begin with.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, we don't want to beat it to death. JV has a good question as we head towards the door here, Nick, about Darby.
No, hold on. First, I want to address this. No, you can't talk football anymore. Who in the Rudy Blue hell are you to tell me what I can and can't talk about? Anyway, sorry.
No, that's it, man. Yeah, so Darby's stale as shit. That's the problem. So the Darby Sting thing was awesome. It was fire. But when you feel those coals starting to go out, you either pour some gas on it and make it go again, or you kill it. And they didn't kill it, and now we're sick of it.
See, now, I guess question with this, when it comes to, like you talked about, even with Wardlow, with Darby, with Eddie Kingston, et cetera, was it that AEW didn't stoke the flames enough, or that they were pouring little drops of water on the flames the whole time?
Like with Darby overall?
Well, you had Darby go from being involved with MJF and his first match, Punk's first match back, I believe, was with Darby.
Yeah,
I almost was getting Darby versus Lethal. And we're slowly going down the card.
Yeah. I think in that regard, Nick, it's very much of like when you're young and you don't know any better and you get that big fucking plume of fire to start off, like you over way too much lighter fluid and it just, but then the fire goes out. You have nothing left once that oxygen burns off, right? Like, so you're like, oh, fuck, I got to start over. And that's kind of what it is with a lot of these guys is like Tony's lighting fires, Wardlow, poof, Darby, poof, MJF, poof. But then he doesn't know how to keep the fire going. He doesn't have enough kindling. He doesn't have a strong foundation to build that flame and keep it going. And we've seen a lot of guys, even OC has got stale.
You heard it here first, folks. When it comes to booking, Tony Khan is a shitty Boy Scout. Can't build a fire. No merit badges in the Khan family.
Oh, can we get T-shirts that say shitty Boy Scouts?
Well, no, that's 100% of. Well, I think it's somebody handing him a fucking fire already pre-built, and he's like, "Oh, birthday candles," just trying to blow it out.
Yeah, like it's what it is, right? Like it's so funny. That's a hilarious way to put it. He's a shitty Boy Scout.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Right. There's 5.
Don't worry, I waited.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you shit. Well, but yeah, man. What's this last one? You sent me to the Pelly Box over.
No, my guy. If I remember correctly, if you're still that upset about it, I'd like to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. But no, you were getting. Sometimes you just need to take a little pause for the cause, my guy. Even we do it here on the stream and everything.
And we gotta catch our breath.
Keep it respectfully. Respectfully.
Keep it respectfully. But listen, folks, we run this channel on nothing but positivity. So if your ass ever end up in a penalty box, you probably did something to deserve it. Whether you
right, it's not a bye-bye. It's just
it's
you
not
need
a
to sit there
bye-bye.
and take a little pause for the cause. Christ, even the May 19th came up 3 years later and got, my buddy next to me saying, no, you need to take a little pause for the cause. So absolutely, it's nothing but love, baby.
Absolutely, folks. So that is it. So thank you for being here. Once again, thank you for all this, the support and kind wishes that I received in multiple places. I didn't die, so that's good news. But,
it's almost like KJ's here with us. I can hear him now.
I can hear you. I'll be stalking.
See,
But,
if you're quiet enough, folks, you can still hear his voice reading the
you
comments.
got to hold your laptop up to your ear.
That
What you got? That being said, folks, great interview with the All-American Mike Hollow tomorrow, and we might be up to some other tricks as well. We will be back Friday. It's a double header and a half, maybe a triple header with some Impact thrown in there, and then we'll figure out what we're doing this weekend. And beyond that, folks, don't go anywhere. Like, subscribe, tell everybody you know. We do this constantly. We do this nonstop. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling. Nick, my throat's tired.
There was too many ways to go with that, and my brain just kind of went fuck. Just reset, pause on that. But I was about to go with "It's been a long day," but no, folks, our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about wrestling, you better put that 4 live with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Bye.